Behavioral observation model of the Uta stansburiana. In this video, we'll be looking at Thunderbird 4 levels of analysis: causation, survival value, evolution, and ontogeny. In this first photo, you can see our female Uta stansburiana. She's within her natural habitat, which in fact I found was her normal territory adjacent to a creosote bush. I found her basking on this rock and was able to come up close to her to get some video footage. This was actually the second time that I was able to locate her in this same spot. Here you can see that her body is elevated. Her feet still touching the rock, obviously, her very long tail. That tail helps her to balance her body proportions. She's a very small lizard, as you can see. She's tilting her head slightly to keep me in her peripheral vision. Her ability to freeze like this is actually very common to lizards here in the Sonoran Desert and just in general. It's a form of predator evasion, and it's also to conserve energy. However, as you see, she did very quickly dart away when I got a little bit too close to her. Again, another way of evading a predator. She didn't go very far, and she's currently determining whether or not I'm a threat to her and if she needs to continue to run. She almost here did a slight bob of her head, but it was very slight, difficult to determine. Here she's looking to the left as she is about to dart to another rock that's over to the left where a larger female is currently located. You won't see her in the video, but you will very quickly see her bobbing her head when she gets over to this rock here. It's actually a form of aggression to the female that's to the left of the video, and you'll see her bobbing her front legs up and down, such as doing push-ups. Tinbergen's first level of analysis, causation, I determined that small tetrapods such as Uta have most likely adapted to freeze in response to chemical cues related to predation. These cues most likely initiate fight or flight hormones such as human cortisol in order to avoid said predation when movement is necessary. According to Dom and Castilla, there's actually anti-predation responses in lizards due to kinesisensory cues specific to common sources of predation. In the Sonoran Desert, those would include often Crotalus atrox, which is our western diamondback. My next hypothesis suggests that by limiting predation avoidance to freezing, the female Uta is ensuring less energy is lost, thus increasing her fitness and ultimately her likelihood of survival and breeding. Now, this theory is supported by evidence that predation avoidance during youth can in fact limit fitness as an adult in many species of lizards. My third hypothesis suggests that territoriality and refuge retention in Uta have evolved to produce stronger and more fit generations of offspring. Although refuges are shared, population density has been limited by this behavior to ensure the health of the population. According to Svensson, dense populations are more immunocompromised than territorial populations, which would support our female's aggression like we saw in the video. My final hypothesis suggests that limited resource availability coupled with increased predation during development have encouraged more aggressive behavior in adult Uta. According to Spamps, juvenile lizards tend to be more aggressive towards larger adversaries, supporting our female's defensive behavior when faced with defending her refuge site. In conclusion, our territorial female showed instinctive behavior related to predator evasion using chemical and visual signals, as well as communication with an adjacent female of the same species. And this concludes our discussion on the Uta stansburiana.